Happy Friday, television family. The weekend is almost upon us. In fact, if you stand on your tiptoes, you might be able to see it. 7th day of March 2025. I'm Dan Kuntz. It is a very pleasant morning, a little on the cool side, 36 degrees. We've already started to see the mercury work its way up. It was cooler than this not too long ago. Beautiful day today, a lot of sunshine. Lower 50s, pretty much a repeat of yesterday. We hit 55 yesterday, didn't quite see that wind develop. As predicted, we'll be right around 52, 53 today with quite a bit of sunshine. Cloudy weekend, very mild, mid to upper 50s coming up on the weekend. Monday is not looking too bad, and then we're going to see a fairly dramatic change starting on Tuesday. They have changed the forecast. The National Weather Service has, and they're allowed to do that. And they say starting Tuesday and for most of next week, Tuesday right through next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, going to be cool, going to be cloudy, going to be rainy. Friendly reminder, we're not done with winter yet. The vernal equinox isn't until Thursday the 20th, so we still got 13 more days of winter, but it's going to feel a little unsettled starting Tuesday of next week. But the next couple of days, 3 days really, looking pretty good. All those weather details that you need to know before you head on out for the weekend, we'll let you know. Also maybe a little snow in the mountain passes too. News, quite a bit. Sports, lots, because it's that time of the year again. We'll talk a little bit about Mariners, let you know how all the local teams did at the state basketball championships in both Spokane and in Yakima. There are 2 teams left that can win the state championship. The Waterville-Mansfield girls are in the semifinals, and the Elmira-Cooley Heartline boys are in the 1B semifinals. So they both have a chance to take home the gold bar. All the other teams are in loser-out games today. We still have a chance to get a trophy anyway. We'll talk about that in sports. I have a brand new opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. It's about immigration. We'll find out what's on Mike's mind. Yesterday, you had a chance to meet Joseph Hunter, who's the Recovery Coach Network Manager of Thriving Together NCW. At the same time, we did the interview with Joseph. We had a chance to sit down with the Executive Director, John Chapman, who's the guy who's in charge of the whole thing. And his story is, and the story of Thriving Together NCW was a fascinating one. I learned a lot from my conversations with both Joseph and John. Joseph was yesterday. John's conversation will air today. So lots to get to. The Climate Prediction Center, I told you it's starting next week. It's going to get a little cool and a little cloudy and a little rainy. Well, the Climate Prediction Center sent this along late yesterday afternoon. So here we go again. Yep, this is for March 12th through the 16th. So essentially most of next week and into the early part of next weekend. As you can see, we are likely going to see temperatures below normal. Now, our normal high this time of the year is right around 50. We're going to be more like right around 42 or 43 once we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So we're going to see some significantly cooler weather, certainly cooler than normal for the balance of next week and maybe even into the weekend and even beyond that. And as far as precipitation is concerned, likely above normal. Same time period, March 12th through the 16th. And as you can see by that big green splotch, almost all of the western third of the United States has a pretty good chance of seeing precipitation above normal. Of course, they could use the rain in Southern California. So right now, if this pans out and their batting average is pretty good, it looks like for the middle of March, we're going to see temperatures below normal and precipitation above normal. So you were forewarned, but the next 3 days aren't looking too bad at all. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Sunshine and a high of 52. Again, yesterday we hit 55. It was a very nice day. Yesterday it was really hard to stay indoors. Partly cloudy tonight, 34 for the overnight low. Cloudy on Saturday, I'm afraid. Maybe a few sun breaks, but pretty cloudy. Same temperatures today. We'll get up to about 52 late in the afternoon. 37 for the overnight low on Saturday night. If you're heading out to Rails and Ales, that's not too bad. Sunday, mostly cloudy late in the afternoon, early evening. We could see some rain on Sunday. And the mildest temperatures we're going to see in quite some time at the high of 56 and some light rain possible on Sunday night. If you're driving over the mountain passes on Sunday night, it looks like the Cascades could get some light snow, a couple of inches on Sunday night into Monday. Monday, one last little break before things get a little crazy. Partly sunny, now high near 50, and then starting Tuesday is when the changes really come. We're only going to get to 47 degrees. The snow level is going to be pretty low, only about 1,500 feet. with a 20% chance of rain. The chance of rain on Tuesday night goes up to 30% with an overnight low of 33. Only 43 on Wednesday and only 46 on Thursday with fairly cloudy conditions. So bountiful sunshine today, quite a bit of sunshine Monday, but for Saturday, Sunday, and then starting Tuesday and into next week, it's going to be cloudy with a good chance of rain. Quick heads up, daylight saving begins, of course, over the weekend. So sunrise today was at 6:29. Sunrise on Sunday will be at 7:25 with sunset on Sunday almost 7 o'clock in the evening. And I still don't like daylight saving time or standard time. Pick it and stick with it. Okay, I'll hop off my soapbox, take a break. You will too. And in 2 minutes, we'll have the news. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today.
Meet Amanda in person at the KPQ Home Expo, March 14th through the 16th.
Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. See Central Washington Water at the KPQ Home Expo and save up to $1,000 on a hot spring spa. Central Washington Water.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Still 36 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. Lots of sunshine for everybody today. Lower 50s. We'll start seeing some clouds on both Saturday and Sunday, but pretty mild temperatures. All things considered, the big weather change will start happening Monday night into Tuesday. Almost all of next week looks unsettled and pretty cool and perhaps a little wet. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Wenatchee police say they have arrested the man responsible for damaging that city drainage culvert, that fire back on February 3rd. On Wednesday, detectives questioned and then detained 51-year-old Timothy John Whitney. He's been detained on suspicion of starting that fire inside the pipe that runs from Holly Street beneath the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. In court affidavits, police say Whitney, who is homeless, admitted starting a fire to keep warm near the mouth of the pipe, but denied igniting the flammable plastic pipe itself. The fire produced, of course, heavy black smoke and badly damaged the culvert, requiring about $260,000 worth of repairs to prevent a drainage collapse. Whitney has not been charged with a crime, but he does remain held in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center on suspicion of arson. Back in February of 2024, he was accused of starting another fire that damaged a South Wenatchee Avenue construction business. Whitney was released without charges in that case. Lighthouse Christian Ministries announcing that it would be undergoing a temporary closure to develop a new case management system. The homeless outreach organization cited rising substance abuse in the valley as the reason for deciding to revamp its system. The Lighthouse provides food, shelter, and resources to those in need. They said that when they reopen, it'll operate with a new case management system that'll directly track individual progress for homeless and addicted clients and to help implement new levels of accountability. A reopening date has not yet been released, but Lighthouse Director Sean Arrington said he anticipates it being in a few weeks. A Moses Lake teenager who died from an accidental gunshot wound last week has now been identified. Police say 18-year-old Estefan T. Espino was killed by a gunshot to the torso back on February 27th. Police were summoned to a home in the 500 block of Dale Road close to midnight, and that's where they found Espino dead at the scene. The teenager and a 22-year-old male allegedly playing with a .22 caliber rifle. When it discharged, detectives say the incident is still under investigation. Plans to research climate impacts on apple and pear crops at the Wenatchee Tree Fruit Research Center. Well, they're moving forward despite uncertainty over state and federal funding. The center is run by Washington State University, and they received a $6.75 million grant from the United States Department of Agriculture last year to fund the climate research. The Trump administration has paused USDA funding, and the WSU system says it could lose up to $23.5 million a year if more cost caps are placed on federal agencies. The university says mounting state deficits and recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic are adding to its financial stress. Scientist Lee Kalsitz, who is leading the climate research here in town, said the plans are still continuing, and he's hopeful that the center will still receive the $10 million in state funding for a new modern plant growth facility. 12th District lawmakers are inviting their constituents to join them for a virtual town hall later this month. Senator Keith Gaynor and Representatives Mike Steele and Brian Burnett will be available over Zoom to discuss top priorities for the 2025 legislative session. Key topics: the state's budget deficit, the cost of living, transportation improvements, and wildfire prevention. The town hall is going to be held on Thursday, March 20th at 6:30 in the evening. Interested attendees must pre-register, and you can do so by visiting the Washington State House Republican website. The junior royalty for this year's Apple Blossom Festival crowned on Monday. A total of 81 essays were submitted by fifth grade girls across the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts. 9 finalists participated in a final writing session, and then the winners were chosen. Queen Rosemary Hughes and Princess Mia Faris both attend Kenroy Elementary School. Princess Elizabeth Carter, she goes to Sunny Slope Elementary School. The newly crowned junior royalty have a bunch of duties ahead of them. They'll have an etiquette session at Bob's Classic. They'll tour Stimilk Growers, and of course they'll ride in the Princess Float in the Apple Blossoms Technoplex Youth Parade on Saturday, April 26th. And Dennis Bowles, one of my favorite teachers and a longtime Wenatchee School District teacher and a PUD commissioner for Chelan County, died last month at the age of 77. Bowles came to the Wenatchee Valley with his wife Jocelyn and their sons in 1971. He began teaching at Wenatchee High School that same year. During his teaching tenure, he helped found Westside High School in 1985, which gives Wenatchee Valley students a second chance to graduate from high school. Bowles' passion for service extended to the Chelan County PUD. He was a commissioner for 16 years, from 2006 to 2022. Dennis Bowles passed away on February 27th, and he will be missed, and that is the news. At 14 minutes after the hour, one more newscast before your weekend gets going, so you want to be informed about what's going on around here. By golly, we have a crew that does exactly that, and they do their job well, I might add. The news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10. That's the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'll be filling in for Eric for sports one more day. He'll be back on Monday. So the news at 5, 6, and 10 on television. If that doesn't work for you, or you're completely, uncabled, or whatever the terminology is, you're unplugged, I don't know what it is. If you just watch your news or your television on the internet, that's fine, we got you there. Our news will be posted on our homepage, ncwlife.com, on our YouTube page, right around 5 o'clock, on our Facebook page, right around 5 o'clock. The QR code is right there, so you can download our app. And if you think something out there might warrant our attention from the news crew, you send us an email. Love to hear from you. news@ncwlife.com. 2 more teams, 2 teams anyway, from our area still have a chance to win the state championship. It all wraps up this weekend. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
All right, sports 17 minutes after the hour. Adam Larson scored just 32 seconds into the game, but a 3-goal second period lifts Nashville to a 5-3 win over the Kraken last night. Seattle is now 3-6-1. Over their last 10 games, they have not been playing very good hockey. They'll take on the Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow morning at 9:30 on your local ABC affiliate. Now, the Seattle Mariners played 2 games last night, split squad action in Arizona at Salt River Fields. The Diamondbacks scored 7 runs in the 7th inning to bust open what was a 4-2 game. Samad Taylor drove in the first 2 runs of the game with a base hit in the 2nd inning.
To make that out, like, we don't want that.
Taylor with a base hit. And this is going to get 2 runs home. Seattle makes it 2-0 against Merrill Kenner.
Sinker good for Merrill. A lot of fastballs for a guy who doesn't really dominate with that fastball usage. He throws a lot of different pitches a lot of different times, but must be trying to get a feel of that sinker a lot tonight.
3 hits in the inning for the Mariners, 4 in the game against Merrill. And Seattle takes a 2-0 lead.
That was on the road in Peoria. The Mariners and the Angels played to a 5-5 tie. They don't do extra innings in Cactus League play because why risk it? Brian Wu pitched well. In 2 1/3 innings, he gave up just 1 hit. He walked 1, struck out 6. Mitch Garver hit his 2nd homer of the spring in the bottom of the 6th.
Mitch Garver to bat now for Seattle.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, crushed down the left field line by Garver, tailing towards the line, and it is gone. It's fair and gone. Home run. Mitch Garver, 2-run blast, and the Mariners take the lead. It's 4-2. Mitch Garver continues to sizzle this spring.
2nd home run of the spring.
It's just laced, got right over the wall, tucked into the corner.
Mariners take on the world champion Dodgers. I'm still having a hard time dealing with that. That's in Peoria. It's tonight at 5:40. It'll be televised on Root Sports, although rain is in the forecast. Women's college basketball, number 5 seed Michigan beat number 12 seed Washington 66-58 yesterday in the 2nd round of the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis. So the Huskies' 5-game winning streak comes to an end. Delayla Daniels led Washington with 22 points and 10 rebounds. The Huskies now have to wait until Sunday, March 16th to see if they make the NCAA tournament, but it's looking pretty good. As far as the schedule this weekend, the Husky men, they run out the string against Oregon on Sunday, then they're done. But the Cougar men and women still have work to do. They know when they're going to play this weekend. They just don't know who. In the men's West Coast Conference tournament in Las Vegas, the Cougars will take on somebody Tomorrow night at 8:30 for the Cougar women. They'll take on somebody. Again, they don't know who yet. That'll be Sunday afternoon at 2. Gonzaga men and women don't play again until next week. All right, high school basketball, the state girls basketball tournament results from yesterday. Linden Christian proved while they're the top seed. They beat Kashmir 45-32 yesterday. So Kashmir will take on Zilla at 9 a.m. this morning in a loser-out game. In the 2B tournament, Brewster only scored 30 points. The Brewster ladies did, and when you do that, you don't normally win, and they didn't. Napavine beat the Bears 36-30. So the Brewster girls will take on Mabton at 2 o'clock this afternoon in a loser-out game. In 1B, though, Waterville-Mansfield girls rolled over a team they're quite familiar with, Pateras, 62-36. So Waterville-Mansfield is in the semifinals this afternoon at 5:30. They'll take on Garfield-Palouse. Apparently it's the Battle of the Hyphens. And Pateras still has a chance for a trophy. They'll take on Yakima Tribal at 9 a.m. this morning in a loser-out game. As far as the boys are concerned, Royal is the number 2 seed, and they looked at last night. They beat the Chelan Goats 67-46. Chelan will take on Kings at 2 o'clock this afternoon in a loser-out game, but they can still finish as good as third. In the 2B tournament, Okanagan fell to Colfax 58-50, and Liberty Bell lost to Columbia 62-44 yesterday. So these two teams, very familiar with each other, play again. Okanagan will take on Liberty Bell at 9 a.m. this morning in a loser-out game. In the 1B quarterfinals, Elmira Cooley Heartline took care of Moses Lake Christian 63-48. So the Elmira Cooley Heartline boys have a chance for the state championship. They are the number 1 seed in the tournament, by the way. They'll take on DeSales tonight at 7:15 in the semis. Well, the Wenatchee Wild will try to make up ground in their quest for the 8th and final playoff spot. They have games tonight at home against Prince George. They'll be in Kennewick tomorrow to take on the Tri-City Americans. 7 of the 8 playoff teams are set now in the Western Conference. Portland, Tri-City, and Vancouver all clinched spots over the last couple of days, so there's just 1 spot left. Seattle will play Portland tonight in Portland, and Seattle will play Portland again Saturday against the Winterhawks. That game is in Kent. And the Bighorns are in Big Sky Country. As a matter of fact, they have games both today and tomorrow at 8 o'clock sharp. They'll take on the Great Falls Electric in TBL action. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 22 minutes after the hour. 8 obscure holidays today. It's Alexander Graham Bell Day today, because it was on this date that he got the patent for the telephone. It's National Crown Roast of Pork Day. That'll sit there for a while. National Flapjack Day. Speaking of eating food that doesn't go anywhere for a while. It's National Be Heard Day. It's National Day of Unplugging. It's National Dress in Blue Day. As you can see, I am celebrating that holiday. It's National Tartar Sauce Day. Yeah, even tartar sauce has a holiday. We're not doing any of these things. We're doing cereal. It's National Cereal Day today. And what a game changer that was. Before cereal came along, a lot of Americans just ate meat. That was about it. Back in the 1860s, 1870s, 1880s, meat was widely available and cheap. That's pretty much what everybody ate. They ate beef and pork, and your breakfast back in those days would be, you know, eggs, ham, sausage, bacon, potatoes, which gave them all the calories they needed to work, but it's not necessarily good for you. And along comes cereal. And for you, ladies and gentlemen, I have the top 10 selling cereals in this country and when they came on the market. Number 10, the 10th biggest selling cereal year by year, Fruity Pebbles, which first came out in 1971. The 9th best selling cereal, Life cereal, first hit the shelves in 1961. Number 8, Frosted Mini Wheats. You could buy that starting in 1969. I think I still have a box from 1969. The 7th best-selling is Fruit Loops, one of my favorites. That's been around for 62 years. Number 6, Lucky Charms, been around for 61 years. 5th best-selling cereal in this country, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, fairly new, 1994. When that hit the shelves. The 4th best-selling cereal, Honey Bunches of Oats, 1969 was when that was first introduced. The 3rd biggest selling cereal in this country, Frosted Flakes, because they're great and they're full of sugar. They've been around since 1952. The 2nd biggest selling cereal in this country, Honey Nut Cheerios, which first hit shelves in 1979, and the best selling cereal in this country, Cheerios, which has been around since 1941. Ironically enough, my 2 favorite cereals, Raisin Bran and Grape Nuts, aren't even on the list. And I had no idea that Mr. T even had a cereal. By the way, the cereal industry uses over 800 million pounds of sugar a year, and the average American consumes about 160 bowls of cereal a year, and that seems about right. You know, a couple bowls a week. It is a cheap and easy way to get your day going, provided that you like lots of sugar. Happy National Cereal Day today. It's 25 minutes after the hour. A couple of interesting notes, and today in history, pretty quiet, but, well, except for this guy. They had, after World War I, of course, Germany had signed the Treaty of Versailles, which means the Rhineland is no longer yours. Sorry, Germany, but of course, after the Nazis took power in 1933, it was okay, we're going to go ahead and rearm, and we're going to remilitarize our army, and then we're going to take the Rhineland back. Treaty or no treaty, on this date in 1936, Hitler orders the Wehrmacht to march 20,000 German troops right back into the Rhineland, which they had to give up many years before. Obviously, in Germany, they were really excited because as far as they're concerned, the Rhineland belongs to us. The French and the British did nothing. They didn't want to risk war, so they just said, okay, now, Adolf, this is enough. No more, all right? I was on the state 89 years ago today. And Bloody Sunday, they're going to be doing commemorations in Selma, Alabama this weekend. It was 60 years ago today, March 7th, 1965. 600 civil rights marchers walk across the bridge. Well, the footage is sobering, to say the least. That bridge was also the county line, and the county sheriff ordered all white men 21 years of age and older to be deputized. So they had a lot more cops than they had civil rights marchers. It didn't take very long for things to get out of hand. They were told to turn around, walk back across the bridge, and go home. They didn't really get a chance to do that. They tried to negotiate and talk to the police officers. That wasn't going to happen. And of course, all of these images were televised all over the world and all over the country, and everybody went, this is what's going on in Selma, Alabama. All they were doing was walking down the street. And in Selma, Alabama, if you have 600 civil rights workers marching down the street in 1965, you're going to get beat up. And they were. Bloody Sunday, the 60th anniversary is today. Commemorations this weekend in Alabama. And finally, birthdays. One heavenly birthday, Franco Harris, one of the most underrated running backs of all time. We've lost Franco a couple of years ago at the age of 72. He's in the Hall of Fame. You remember when he was with the Seahawks? Franco Harris was the career rushing leader among active players. Following the 1983 season, he really wanted Jim Brown's NFL rushing record. Franco Harris asked the Pittsburgh Steelers for a pay raise. The Steelers said, nope, we don't think you're as good as you used to be, and quite frankly, he wasn't. Franco Harris held out. The Steelers released Franco Harris during training camp in the summer of 1984. And remember, Franco Harris signed with the Seattle Seahawks. He played just 8 games with the Seahawks. He got only 170 yards, and then he retired 192 yards short of Jim Brown's rushing record. Doesn't diminish the accomplishments of Franco Harris. Bryan Cranston is 69 years old today. Started his acting career in soap operas like a lot of people. And then, of course, Malcolm in the Middle, Walter White in Breaking Bad, Dr. Tim Whatley in Seinfeld. And he is a director, a very accomplished director. He's won Emmy Awards for directing Malcolm in the Middle and Breaking Bad and Modern Family and The Office. You got to look for the credits, folks. Bryan Cranston is 69 years old today. And speaking of The Office, happy 51st to Pam Beesly, also known in real life as Jenna Fisher. She is 51 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. We're not done with winter yet, but how is your HVAC system holding up? Well, maybe it's time for a new one. The Cash for Clunkers program is running. Alpine Air, you might be able to trade in the whole darn system for a whole new one and get a big fat rebate to boot. Just ask Alpine Air, they'll walk you through it. A brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty coming up. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. Immigration is the topic this morning, and you're going to meet a guy who I find rather fascinating. His name is John Chapman. He is the executive director of Thriving Together NCW, an interview that we conducted a couple of days ago. You don't want to miss it. You're going to learn a lot. I know I did. It's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today.
Meet Amanda in person at the KBQ Home Expo, March 14th through the 16th.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected 4-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I'm an American. Just look at me. I'm white, I'm male, and if you ignore an occasional New Jerseyism, I speak unaccented English. But the reality is, virtually every black person in this country, and many Asians and many Hispanics, actually have stronger and deeper roots as American than I have. My paternal grandparents came from La Sidonia in Italy. And as my mom was actually born in Germany, I'm a first-generation American on her side. Now, considering this, I look at our current immigration issues and I wonder, with unrestrained deportation of people who, for all intents and purposes, are Americans, are we cutting off our nose to spite our face? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I have with me Eden. And Eden is our 3-year-old Brindle Pitty Mix. Come here, honey. And she loves her Kongs. Yeah, good girl. We've had Eden for a few months now. She came to us as a stray, and we've been trying to find her home ever since. And she's the best girl. She's super smart. She picks up on training so fast. We actually have her labeled as a clever canine, which is one of our programs here to help our extra smart dogs give them something to do, so they're a little lower stress in our place here. So Edie, she knows so many commands. She knows her sit and her lay down and her stay, and we've been working on place with her going to her bed. She's trying to get away with her snack. Yeah, she loves being with people. She loves her walks with our volunteers and staff here. She's also really been enjoying a treadmill that we got recently. for our dogs. She will run on it for as long as we let her, and it's really cute to see. She took right to it, just loves it. I mean, she prefers being outside with people beside her, but treadmill's awesome for her. We don't know about cats, but probably not, based on what we've seen with birds outside. Other dogs, she can be selective. She has some friends here, but as always, if you have another dog in the home, we recommend that you bring them with you so that the dogs can meet too. Eden's a really beautiful girl. She has this like brindley coat that looks like tiger stripes. Yeah, she's our prettiest girl here, I think, in my opinion. So if you'd like to come meet our Eden, we're open from Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment online to come in on Wednesday. Whatever works for you, we would love to see you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Valley Tractor and Rentals. Rails and Ales is ready to take over the heart of downtown Wenatchee on Saturday, March 8th. From noon to 3, Centennial Park will host the Family Snow Play Day, and Mission Ridge is trucking in tons of snow for both Centennial Park and down Orondo Avenue. Live music all day, and there'll be 4 different beer gardens and food trucks throughout downtown. The Rail Jam competition starts at 4:30, and music in the park goes until 10.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
Braden, we were talking about a nice, slow, safe investment. When I think slow, I think conservative. Let's shift from second to fourth. Give me an example of what you would say maybe a fast investment, and who's that for as opposed to a slow investment?
I feel like somebody that wants to do a fast or maybe a fastest way to grow money would be somebody that just wants to be more involved, right? That wants to be more moving parts. You're not going to have your money sitting there doing nothing. You want to learn about tax arbitrage. You want to learn about the movement of money, the velocity of money, and how do corporations and banks, how do they utilize money? How do they make money on the spread? How do they make money on all of these different buckets when there's so many different asset classes out there, right? Mutual funds, 401k, stocks, bonds, all these different things. There's so many other ways where you can grow money in a fixed asset class, and you can pull money in and out. You can take loans against your own money, and you can leverage that tax-free into other investments. And so you can be owning and controlling 2 assets and still growing in both of them and still controlling both of them. It's kind of like, would you rather own 1 asset or 2? So it's the person that wants to really dive a lot deeper into how money functions and how it works, right? How does the system work? And that's a huge thing. People don't know how the system works. So they just let their money sit. And guess what? When you let your money sit, other people will use your money and they'll make a lot of money on your money. And that's okay if that's what you're okay with. But most of the people we work with, they want to grow their money faster and more efficiently.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. See Central Washington Water at the KPQ Home Expo and save up to $1,000 on a hot spring spa. Central Washington Water. When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
It seems apropos talking about Thriving Together NCW that we talk about how Thriving Together NCW came to be and what their goals, missions, and aspirations are. Introduce yourself to our television family, my friend.
My name's John Chapman. I'm the Executive Director for Thriving Together NCW. I've been with the organization for about 8 years, pretty much from the start of the organization up until a lot of our transition, which include our name change in 2020, 2021.
So it started before it was Thriving Together NCW. It was.
We were originally called North Central Accountable Community of Health, and so we are actually one of 9 accountable communities of health across the state of Washington. So geographically, the 9 of us cover every basically square mile of the state, and our ultimate goal is really to improve the health and well-being of the residents across North Central Washington. We all really align around the approach that we want to be community-driven, listening to the voice and the needs of those we are trying to serve, especially those who don't typically have a voice. I think one of the things that really adheres to, especially with the work we're doing around the recovery community, and as you had heard Joseph Hunter say, was that really came from grassroots. That came from the individuals in recovery identifying what they need and the supports that they need to do this work. And that's probably one of the programs and one of the initiatives that we do as an organization that's really exploded. And that's because it came from the people we're trying to serve.
Unfortunately, business is good, or you wouldn't be here. It's definitely a catch-22 in that regard. I mean, in a perfect world, you guys wouldn't exist, but it's not a perfect world, and you have to deal with some pretty difficult situations, probably on an almost daily basis, right?
Well, I would say in the recovery community, probably more so. That's kind of a focus and work where we're dealing more and more with individuals who are currently suffering, that we're trying to provide support and get them into a thriving life. As an organization, one of our focuses really is to move upstream and to continue creating the environment for people to thrive in the first place. So in reality, we're an organization and we have the flexibility, since we don't technically provide direct services, but we work with partners who do. We have the opportunity to think about the long game and focus on what are some of those long-range things that we need to support in our community and support our partners to do to set people up to thrive. You know, we even talk about in the work that we've done around recovery, how do we support our youth in getting into a life so that addiction doesn't become the choice that they make or the option they feel like they have to default to? How do we make sure that the system is set up for individuals to succeed? We're not gonna, we're not gonna solve everything, and people will still run into issues, but can we mitigate the number of people who fall into addiction, fall into hard times because of what the system created, not their own personal choices? And so our goal is to really work collectively. And our region is Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan
Yeah,
County.
you have a big footprint. Your headquarters are here in East Wenatchee, but your footprint is all the way up the Canadian border, Chelan County, Douglas County, Okanagan County, and the Colville Confederated.
And we
tribe.
work in partnership with the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation.
It seems to me that the Wenatchee Valley is getting most of the attention when it comes to what's going on with the fentanyl crisis and others as well. Are there places in more rural communities that you serve and you're a part of? Are they being underserved or not appreciated? Hey, we got a problem up here too, in Okanagan or Republic or Pateros or what have you?
You know, I think Wenatchee's done a very good job destigmatizing the idea of addiction. I think there's other communities and rural communities that could provide more support, just understanding what it means and how people end up in addiction and how do we destigmatize that so the communities can wrap around them. I think the tough thing is always going to be, and why we always want to focus on our most rural, is there's a lot of services in Wenatchee Valley too. You know, you're going to get up to Orville, Washington, or even out to Grand Coulee, and you know there are community members trying to provide support, but it's just in some of those rural areas that have the same wraparound services that you can get in Wenatchee or East Wenatchee aren't always there. And it's not because the community doesn't care, it's just because of the struggles with funding and resources and getting the funding to provide those services directly to them. And that should always be something that's in the consideration. How do we get out there and support those people who are most rural? I don't think they have any less issues around addiction or the need for support around addiction. It's just they don't get as much of the attention.
The courts have done pretty much a 180 over the last few years. You mentioned, Joseph mentioned that Judge Ferreira is on board this. So are the district court judges in Chelan County, because they don't want to see the revolving door of I was arrested for drugs or stealing to feed my drug habit, and now I'm back, and now I'm back, and now I'm back. They don't want to deal with this any more than people who are deeply involved in a crippling addiction. So they've done a 180. They've become very proactive in keeping people out of jail and being productive citizens again.
I would say we're lucky in our area in both fronts. I think both law enforcement and the courts have really wrapped around to support this work. I also think that the recovery community and the recovery advocates have good support for law enforcement. So I don't think you can say that in every part of the state. In a lot of parts, there's more conflict between advocates and law enforcement and less collective working together. But here, you can really see, you know, the partnership with Chelan County Jail, Okanagan County Jail, Grant County Jail. Like, we all really care and we all understand that we care and we all see that value. I think the recovery community and individuals like Joey help emphasize that. So when law enforcement can see people that they've served directly and the influence and the difference they're making in the community, and the fact that people they might be serving now that they're struggling with because of their addiction, that there's hope for them too. I think that helps. But also I think just that rural kind of come together, can do attitude in our region where everyone cares. We're all each other's neighbors. I think that helps create an environment where we're all here to support each other.
Last question, then I'll cut you loose. I know you're a busy guy. How do we help? How does the thousands and thousands of people who are watching this show right now, how do we help Thriving Together NCW continue to thrive together NCW? What can the general public do to make sure your organization continues to do the work that they do?
I think advocacy and involvement where you can. We support a number of organizations out there doing great work. I think you being individuals in the community being involved and supporting those organizations to further their mission, and then encouraging them to continue to look at how we support more preventative upstream public health services. I think that's really important. You know, again, since today is about the recovery piece, I think destigmatizing addiction and recovery, I think that is a role everyone needs to interplay with. And I know every person out there has a different experience in their personal stories of how they've intersected with people in addiction, how they've been in addiction themselves. But ultimately, we all know that we're talking about our family members, we're talking about our friends, we're talking about members in our community that we want to support. And so the more people who can get behind that understanding of what recovery and addiction is and how we can support community members in getting into a thriving life, I think that's important. And I would interplay that with almost every aspect of the work we do. When we think about, you know, the diversity in our community and the different kinds of individuals that make up North Central Washington, how are we creating an environment for every single person to have an opportunity to thrive? And again, these are all community members, whether we come from different backgrounds. It's really about how are we there for each other in community.
If you plug your ears and go, yeah, la, 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 you're not helping anybody. In fact, if anything, you're hurting people. That's all there is to it. It's good to talk to you, my friend. I learned a lot. I think our audience did too. You can go to the Thriving Together NCW website. It's a trough of information there. I highly recommend it. And also, that is where you're going to find those videos that we talked about earlier, also on their YouTube page. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. 16 of the Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and Epicurean delights. With 4 unique winery tracks and 5 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure, so don't wait. Tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashion's famous Buy One, Get One sale has begun. That's right. Buy one sale item, clothing item at half price and get the next one free. Collins Fashion still has a great selection of quality fall and winter merchandise. Coats, jackets, sweaters, jeans, tops, PJs, hats, and gloves. Spring merchandise is arriving daily. Your favorite brands like Tribal, Charlie B, Habitat, Joseph Ribkoff, etc. Collins Fashions is where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat. The TVL season continues for the Wenatchee Bighorns, and NCWLIFE channel is back with more coverage. Watch the Bighorns take on the Vancouver Volcanoes on Thursday, March 20th at W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Grant Olson and Jamie Council are courtside with all the action. Watch Bighorns basketball on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
All right, let's send you down the road for your weekend, and may I respectfully suggest downtown Wenatchee. It is the first Friday of the month, and of course the Wenatchee Downtown Association hosts First Fridays. Everything gets going basically a little bit later on this morning. Pretty much every downtown business is participating. There's the big arts walk. There's about 20 different locations amongst the downtown merchants and areas where you can check out all kinds of cool artwork at different kinds of businesses. They do that. They have almost every restaurant and bar in downtown Wenatchee has specials on the first Friday, and of course just good old-fashioned retail shopping. All kinds of goodies to be had at discounted prices. So it is the first Friday of the month. Today is, and First Fridays is a huge event in downtown Wenatchee. I highly recommend that you go. It's pretty cool, as is our downtown. And of course, the big event tomorrow, Rails and Ales, gets going at 12 noon. In the wee small hours of the morning, they're going to be trucking in all of that snow from Mission Ridge, and they dump it in two locations, Centennial Park, right at downtown Wenatchee, and of course on Orondo between Wenatchee Avenue and down to Columbia and Worthen Street for the actual Rails part of it, when those crazy guys and gals do their little tricks on the rails in the snow. There's going to be 4 different beer gardens from 4 different local craft breweries. There's going to be 4 or 5 food trucks, an espresso cart, live music at the stage all day long at Centennial Park. It starts at 12 noon. Centennial Park is where it begins at noon, and they're going to fill Centennial Park with snow. And you want to bring the kids down because they can learn how to snowshoe, little mini skiing things, all kinds of winter-related activities for the whole family at Centennial Park, plus music all the way until the wee small hours of the morning. And the actual rails part of it, when they throw themselves down Orondo Avenue because they're braver than I am. That starts at 4:30, and I think the awards ceremony is like at 8 or 9:30. Brings in huge crowds. Thousands of people come to downtown Wenatchee, not only for First Fridays, which is today, but tomorrow for the annual Rails and Ales. It's a big party. It's a lot of fun. And of course, it's free. Just bring money for beer and food, or whatever beverage it is that you want to indulge in, and you're good to go for Rails and Ales. Again, Centennial Park starts at noon, goes until about 3:30, and then the Rails competition begins at about 4:30 on Orondo Avenue, and it's looking pretty good weather-wise. Let's take a couple of looks at a couple of slides that we showed earlier. First of all, the long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center for next week, and it is looking rather unsettled. A rather prominent trough is going to move into our area basically overnight Tuesday. Well, yeah, overnight Monday into Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon, we're talking considerably cooler temperatures, widespread precipitation, rain in the lower elevations, some pretty good snow in the mountains. In fact, the chances of snow in the Cascades is going to be pretty good for most of next week. Starting on Tuesday, we are probably going to have some rain. So that's the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook for March 12th through the 16th. As far as precipitation, yep, it looks like we're going to see above normal precipitation. So as we get into the middle of March and closer to the actual spring, the vernal equinox is on Thursday the 20th, it's still going to be one more blast of winter, temperatures likely below normal, and precipitation likely above normal for most of next week, and possibly even spilling into the weekend. From the National Weather Service, lots of sunshine, high of 52 today. It's going to be the nicest day of the forecast period. Partly cloudy tonight, 34 for the overnight low. Going to be mild. We're going to get to 52 again on Saturday, but we're going to have some clouds I'm afraid, and clouds on Sunday. Warmer still with a high of 56. Late Sunday afternoon into Sunday night is when we start talking about some precipitation. Monday night we're going to catch a break, and then it's going to be cool and a little on the rainy side starting on Tuesday. We're going to go from a high of 56 on Sunday to only 43 on Wednesday. And don't forget about daylight saving time. Starts this weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.